If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Long Beach, California this year, you've probably noticed that the headlines are all over the place. One day, mortgage rates drop. The next day, they're up again. Some people say prices will rise, and others are saying the market is definitely going to crash. So, what's actually happening in Long Beach right now? I'll fill you in. I'm Melissa Urena, Long Beach local and SoCal Realtor. Every day, home buyers and sellers just like you are reaching out to me for help making a smart move throughout Long Beach, Los Angeles County, and Orange County. If you'd like to do the same, you can send an email here or book a call using the first link in the description. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 3 things that you need to know as we head into the spring 2026 housing market. Here's what I'm going to cover. What's really going on with mortgage rates? Who has the negotiating edge this spring? Is it buyers? Is it sellers? And I'll give you the truth about Long Beach home prices. Make sure to stay tuned to the very end because I'm going to share where I'm seeing opportunities for you in the current market. The interest rate seesaw. Am I the only one that's dizzy with all the ups and downs? Here's what's actually happening. Mortgage rates did drop into the upper 5s twice this year, but after just a few days, they ticked back up into the low 6% range. And most forecasters do not think that we will drop into 5% territory anytime soon. We will continue to see rates moving up and down throughout the spring market, and yes, they may even hit the 5s here and there. But at the end of the day, mortgage rates are going to hover in the low 6% range for the rest of the year, with some small variations. Every year in real estate, there's a rhythm to the market, and spring is when things tend to wake up. As we head into the spring market, the big theme that I'm seeing here in Long Beach is this. Demand is strong, but inventory is still limited. This limited inventory means that Long Beach is a seller's market, despite what headlines you may have read. Remember, it takes 6 months worth of inventory for the market to be balanced, meaning both buyer and sellers have about the same negotiating power. Can you guess how many months of inventory Long Beach has? Pause this video, drop your guess in the comments, and then come on back. Now, let's take a look.
So let's take a look at current inventory in Long Beach, California. This data is going to be for February 2026, which is the latest data available. And even though this is still considered winter market, we're going to look at some trends to show how this will be increasing in the spring months. This data is also for single family residences. Currently, or as of February 2026, we had 1.57 months of inventory. That means that we had 1.9% fewer homes that came up for sale in February than the month before. And we had 22.7% fewer homes that came up for sale than the same time last year. So inventory in Long Beach is extremely limited, keeping it a seller's market. Now, even though February is still considered part of the winter market, we can see here that in the spring months, inventory definitely peaks in Long Beach. Take a look at what happened here from about April to July in 2024. We can see a clear peak in inventory that starts to drop here in the fall and winter months. If we take a look at 2025, same sort of pattern. Starting at about March, we see an increase in inventory here that peaks somewhere around July and gradually starts to decline around August. So I expect the very same thing here for 2026, where March, April, May, June, and potentially July, we'll see peaks of inventory, meaning more homes coming on the market for sale. Now, let's take a look at this data for condos in Long Beach. So for condos, we had 3.48 months of inventory for condos. 4.4% fewer condos came for sale in the previous month. However, 9.4% more condos came up for sale than same time last year. So condo inventory is rising.
It's important to keep in mind that we are looking at historical data here. These numbers are for February 2026, which are the latest numbers that we have available. I do expect more homes to come on the market from about March to June, but not enough to tip the balance to make it a buyer's market. Due to this limited inventory, homes are still selling pretty quickly. In February 2026, single-family residences were selling in just 14 days, and condos in about 35 days. So, what's really going on with Long Beach home prices? Let's take a look.
Okay, let's take a look at Long Beach home values. So what we have here is data for February 2026, which is the latest numbers we have available. And this is specific to single family residences in Long Beach, California. We can see that the estimated home value is $993,100. 0% change month over month, meaning home value stayed the same from January to February this year. However, you can see here a 3% increase year over year. So from last year, home values in Long Beach are up about 3%. And even though you're hearing all these headlines with, doom and gloom, prices are dropping and all these clickbait type headlines, you can see here that Long Beach housing market is resilient and holding roughly steady. Let's take a look at a longer term view here. So Long Beach is the blue line here. And what we want to see is that this starts tracking it from July 2008 all the way to current February 2026. And even though we do have some peaks and valleys here, generally speaking, Long Beach home values are upward facing and increasing. You can see here that in February 2026, home values are still higher than at any other peak in the past, meaning Long Beach home values are still increasing. Let's take a look at condos. How does this apply to condos? So for condos, we have a medium estimated value of $497,570. Condos went up month over month, 0.1%, so a little bit there. However, year over year, condo home values did dip 2.7%. And so you can see here that the story for condo home values is a little bit different than it is for single family residences. I do want to point out that Long Beach neighborhoods are going to vary drastically in price. So I want to share this chart with you here. Let me see if I can make it bigger for you. And let's take a look at sold. So this is data for single family residents sold in the last 3 months in Long Beach. We're going to look at some averages. You can see that in the community of Art Craft Manor, median sold price here was $825. Compare that to Belmont Heights and Alamitos Heights, where the price was $1,035,000. Compare that to Naples, Belmont Shore, and the Marina, median price $1,325,000. Going into Bixby Knolls and Los Cerritos, it was $800,000. For Carson Park, $800,000. For the downtown area, $420,000. Eastside Circle, $875,000. Imperial Estates and Country Square, $840,000. Lakewood City, $862,000. Lakewood Plaza, $852,000. Lakewood Village, $843,000. We must have had something a bit off there that in the last 3 months. Los Altos, $799,000. And North Long Beach, $682,000. Park Estates, $2,800,000. South of Conant, $907,000. Stratford Square, $1,131,000. And Wrigley, $546,000. So I share this to say that even though we've got this average here of $993 for a medium value of single family residence in Long Beach, you can see that neighborhood by neighborhood prices swing wildly. We saw some 500,000s and then we saw 2.8 million. So it is really important to know that home prices in Long Beach vary drastically by neighborhood.
Here's how home sellers are doing when they list their homes for sale. In February 2026, the list to sold ratio for single-family homes was 100.3%, meaning sellers got a tad more than their asking price. For condos, it was 99.1%, meaning sellers got a tad less than their asking price. Do these home prices surprise you? Let me know in the comments. Here's where I'm seeing opportunities for first-time home buyers. The biggest plus is a pretty steady market. There aren't wild swings in prices and wild swings in rates. Things are fairly healthy and normal. So this means that you can create a plan around a certain budget without numbers switching up on you right away. Where I'm seeing the most amount of opportunities is in the condo market. Condo sellers are more willing to work with buyers right now. Move-up buyers may be in the best position right now. Homes in Long Beach are still selling for about 100% of the list price on average, which means you can likely sell your current home for strong value while upgrading to your next home without those intense bidding wars that nobody wants to participate in. For sellers who simply want to cash out, the fundamentals are very strong. Inventory remains low, home prices are increasing, and as we move into the spring market, when the most amount of buyers are active and looking for homes, demand is going to work in your favor.